Welcome back everybody to another video. My name is Fabio, and today I actually wanted to update one of my previous videos that I made. So a while back, I made a video covering clippy masks in Sketchbook, and the method we used then was to lock the transparency of the layers so you wouldn't color out of the lines when you colored on that layer. Now, yeah, that is a good way, but recently experimenting with Sketchbook, I kind of found a way that works a little bit better for me, and it's a little bit easier to integrate into my workflow. So I wanted to show you guys what that is today. And then at the end of the video, I'll show you a situation where locking the transparency actually works really well. This whole method kind of revolves around the idea of creating a hidden layer underneath your artwork. So if we look here, I have my lines on layer 8, and then I'm gonna create a new layer on layer 9 underneath it. And here's kind of where you have to be careful. So when you create your layer, what I'm gonna do is just color with any color I want. Let's make it like a bright green. And I'm just gonna color in the silhouette of my character. Follow the lines as cleanly as you can. So spend a little bit of time and don't rush. What you can also do is take this tool right here, the polygon selection tool, and just kind of trace your artwork. But I don't really do this all the time. It's not really necessary unless you have a very, very complicated figure. So I'm going to color in my whole silhouette underneath my line work and make sure that the opacity is at 100%. I'm using a very hard tipped brush. So I went in and I colored my silhouette a nice bright green so it stands out. So if we hide our layers, we have a nice silhouette here. And I really zoomed in. I made sure I colored right to the end of the lines, and I make sure everything is filled in. So now we have basically our mask layer set up. But how do we use it? So let's make sure we're selected on layer 9. And let's go to the selection tool up here. Click it, and we're gonna choose the magic wand. So now, if I have my layer 9 selected, it selects all of the same color. So if I choose the green, it's gonna select all the green. But you see how, if we zoom in, it's really patchy. It doesn't select things very nicely. So what we can do to fix that is up here to this slider, the tolerance slider, and just slide it up. Now, let's try and select it again. And now we have a clean selection. The next step, what we're gonna do is we're gonna create a new layer. This is important. Create a new layer on top of this green layer. So I'll create a new layer, right? Layer 12 here. And now I can do pretty much whatever I want. So for example, if I choose a gradient, so I'll put my mouse inside my selection and create a gradient like this. And as you can see, it keeps it inside my mask. Right, let's adjust. And I like this better than using the lock transparency is because I don't need to duplicate any layers. I don't need to erase any layers. All I need to do is add a new layer on top, and then I can kind of work and do whatever I want, right? So if I want to add some shadows, right, I can add them within my selection. So it's just a less destructive way of coloring in your work. So using these same principles, we can pretty much separate any part of the body and mask it. So for example, this front arm. So let's say I wanted to separate this armband. I can go in, color it a bright color. It doesn't matter what I choose because I can color over it after. I just like to use bright colors because it stands out more. Using our same principles, we can select that color, add a new layer on top, and there we go, we have another mask. Again, there's still a little finessing to do, but I think it's way quicker and way better than just having it locked all the time. Let's take a look at what we can use our lock transparency for now. It's a good way to change the color of your line work, actually. So if we zoom in real close so we can see, and we select our line layer, okay? It's a good idea to duplicate this just in case, to save our original. So let's select a copy and we'll lock the transparency. So now when we select, let's do something very bright, like purple. Okay, with that selected, I can just paint over my guy, and just like that, we can change our line art color. So this is a good way if you want to hide your line art. It makes it easier to do. So that's kind of what I use lock transparency for. So that's it, guys. That's all I have for my update on clipping masks. I hope this is a little bit easier for you, and I hope it can be a little bit more useful as well. So get out there, experiment with your own drawings in Sketchbook, have some fun. That's what this is all about, right? So thanks for watching. I'll see everybody in the next video.